I wonder if you asked yourself, what is the biggest lesson that failure has taught you in your life, what the answer would be. I know for many of us, failure happens all the time. We have failed business ventures. Our finances have failed at times. Some of us have been in multiple failed marriages. Many of us have had failed relationships. Some of you would say today that your relationship with your adult children is not a success, but a failure. Looking even deeper into our lives, our spiritual lives, maybe some of us would say we've had great mountaintops experience with the Lord, and we've had some failures. Many of us see sin in our life as failure. Just failure is all around us. There's books written about it, about failing forward. A lot of motivational speakers say that you have to fail forward. Or you'll read on social media these days, you used to read in books about how the greatest or the richest men or the great men that have accomplished, even women that have accomplished some of the greatest things in life here on earth, had to fail over and over and over and over again. I'd like you to ask yourself this week, what is the greatest lesson that you've learned through failure? But before you ask yourself that, maybe pray about it. If you don't pray often, maybe pray a little bit and ask the Lord to reveal to you what He's taught you about failure, through or what you've learned through failure walking with Him. So I'll share this with you. If you've been watching my channel for very long, a year and a half ago, I was stuck in a deep depression. Some circumstances, some failures in my life caused me to look inward rather than look up, to look inward rather than to reach out to my friends, to look inward and try and solve issues that I couldn't solve alone. And I found myself in a season of depression, of stress, of anxiety, and failure. I saw myself every day, actually, as a failure. My inner thoughts, my inner voice would call myself a failure. And here I am, a year and a half later, and I feel great. And success is a word I think of most days, not failure. But, that didn't happen with something that simply I just did. It wasn't just a change of mind. I didn't just one day wake up and say, hey, you're no longer a failure, Scott. No, it actually took some time. It took time. So if you're at that place in your life, be patient. Give yourself some time. And my biggest lesson just in the last 18 months, and believe me, I'm 52 years old and failed so many times in my life, fell in that cycle of depression before, or turned to the bottle, or turned to some other substance, or turned to something unhealthy. But this last time, I refused to do that. But I was stuck for a while. But one day, something allowed me to look up, to look out. And I cried out to God, and I cried out to my friends that I was isolated from, that I wouldn't even reach out to. And that taught me something, that when failure comes upon me, or when I don't succeed at something, first of all, I already shared with you, like the motivational speakers will tell you, don't give up. Most successful people in life have failed forward. But the other thing, don't give up, but look up. Call on Him in your time of distress. Call on Him when things aren't looking great. For some reason, we as humans think the only time we can call on Him is when things are great. But the truth is, you need to call on Him all the time. But when you're at rock bottom, that's the other time we call on Him, when we're at rock bottom. But you don't have to hit rock bottom to reach up. There's a loving God that's waiting for you in your time of failure. So I hope that encourages you today. It's a beautiful day here in Shreveport. I'm on my way to church, and gonna go hang out with some believers and have a great day today. But I pray that over you today too. But if you're stuck in a cycle of feeling like a failure, or feeling like nothing's going right, reach up, ask the Lord to intervene on your behalf, and reach out to your friends. Don't make it about yourself, because that's what got you where you're at today, is just looking inward itself. See ya.